Hello, legends. Welcome to the 180 podcast brought to you by BTFU. We're in our new studio, brand new studio, so it's very excited to be back after last week, and we've got a very special announcement. Joining me, of course, Reni back from Bali.
Braith, do you miss me, mate?
Not really, but we'll get there soon.
Okay.
All right. So we've got a huge announcement. As you can see, subtle here. Fireball are our new major sponsors. They've come on board with us. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have events. We're going to have prizes and competitions, you name it. We'll be interacting with Fireball all throughout the year. They're getting heavily involved with the rugby league, and of course, they love this podcast. Now, the 3 double passes brought to you by Unibet, which we spoke about on our socials yesterday. We will announce before the Unibet preview later in this podcast and big games heading into the finals. But now it's time, Reni, to check in.
Let's go, mate.
Check in. So we'll bring in our BTFU Unibet specialist, Aaron Macy.
I miss the black shirt memo. You guys have left me out.
Now
I've got a
weight.
present for me little mate here because everyone's been asking
Yes,
about
the
his
stress ball.
the stress ball.
He's got a new stress and it's blue.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Aaron.
You need that at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
because
I've been a bit
on
stressed.
edge
I
since you got back
No,
from
you've been
Bali.
I have. I was
stressed after Bali.
I know.
a little bit nervous. It's been a while.
About
Been
this.
away for a while, yeah.
Okay.
I want to say he went over there. He had a goal to lose weight.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of
Put on
him.
weight. Fuck
Really?
me. Yeah.
You remind me
That's
of...
the stress. I go there to train and come
Yeah.
back fatter. Still look all right.
You told
though.
me you were looking like The Rock when you were over there.
No, I
no?
didn't say that at all.
I think he said A-Rock.
I may have... Moana.
big-
Is it Moana?
Maui.
Maui.
Big Maui.
On
yeah.
Moana.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. Is that what I look like? Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Grow your hair out.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I had a great time, Braith.
You
I
are
had a
searching.
fantastic
You're
time.
searching for a wife and kids.
See, when you don't party, you don't really interact too much, right? So I was over there training. There's a lot
So he
of
met plenty.
Yeah.
Mate, I was a good boy over there. Very good.
okay.
No, it's good. I've been away for 3 weeks, Braith. I did 2 weeks in Bali, and then
Yep.
I was away with the Deadly Choices. We're up in Grafton. Shout out to Grafton. And it was pretty eye-opening. We went and spent time at South Grafton High School with the Clontarf program. We went to the Juvenile Centre, which is,
That's good, man.
you know, stuff
It
like
is.
that. So
That's
I've been
good.
away, and we're into it.
Good on you, brother. Love your work. Aaron, should I even check in with you?
Yes.
Because let's be honest, right? Like, you have relapsed.
Yeah. You got
There's
problems.
no other way to
No, I've
describe it.
realised that I'm all about commitment. It's whatever I commit to, I do extremely well.
Well, you didn't because you relapsed.
No, I just changed my direction and my
you can't
commitment.
change during a commitment.
All right. Well, can I tell you, I had a weekend away up in Brisbane myself, and I witnessed a miracle.
What was
I
that?
can't wait for this.
Well, a really good judge, like guy I really respect in the football, told me there's no way a bloke would play be playing in and he probably wouldn't be ready.
No, don't start this. I said, let's just clarify this now. Let's get this out of the way.
What do you think I'm talking about?
Talking about Sam Walker, right?
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Enlighten us,
I said-
Reni.
I love you, Reedy, mate. I got your back.
Of course you do. He's
I
like
said-
2 peas in a pod.
If they are not in contention and if he's coming back later in the year,
Here we go again.
I would not play him.
Can someone define contention?
Okay, when have the Roosters not been in contention?
When they were 1 from 7 at the start of the year.
Let me just ask this question. When have the Roosters not been in contention for finals in the last decade?
Okay. When they were 1 from 7 at the start of the year, were you confident
Yes.
they were going to
That's
be in
why I
contention?
stated it.
Why were you
I said
confident?
that
Tell me why you were confident.
And Reni should
Why
get on
were
the
you
bike
so
to
confident?
Aspen.
Hang on, why were you so confident?
Because they had Sam to come back.
Right.
And they were underperforming with the team that they had.
Right. And they were 1 from 7. You were confident.
I was confident they would be... Listen,
You
I
are
wasn't
Nostradamus.
Well, yeah. You could say
Jesus.
that. No, listen. I wasn't saying they were going to make the finals at any stage. I said they will be in contention.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, at the start of the year,
Yep.
I didn't think they'd be in
Okay,
contention.
and how's your opinion
And
gone?
well, they're still not in
They're
the
equal
eight.
eighth.
So
No, but again,
they're ninth.
Anyway, let's move on from this, and let's get. We thought because it's such a big week, and we're giving away these double
How's that, Paul?
passes to the Roosters Bulldogs game.
Yeah.
That we would highlight this match, and instead of talking about this game in the preview, we're going to get there a little earlier because it is a big game, and it's a big game for a heap of reasons. The Dogs they're solidified in the top 4, and they're going great guns. Great win last week in the wet, mind you, which is very important for them heading into the finals.
Yeah.
They're going to finish top 4. We know that, but there is a rivalry there, and we were a part of it against the Roosters, and if they beat the Roosters, the Roosters are in trouble. Like, they could be gone.
They've got a tough run home, right?
They do. But if the Roosters win, Reni, after last week's win against the Dolphins, they are officially back.
Mate, I look, I'm not going to retract anything, but I just love the style they're playing. I love those young forwards, how quickly they've learnt how to be first graders. Sam Walker has not missed a beat. That kid is a freak. I love watching him play. That backyard style, kicks to space. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he always seems to get it right. He knows what he's doing. Tedesco's in career best form. If they can keep scrambling well in defence, which they have been the last few weeks, and they can back it up with their attack and complete high, they're a scary team.
The key for them, everything you said, spot on. Sam's been amazing. And Sam was always going to make a difference. They should have rested him for the year. But we'll move on from that. No, in all seriousness, he has been great. And he's brought that point of difference. Yeah. And even though he's young, he still is more experienced than the guys they had in there. So, and Savala and him are a match made in heaven. The way that the styles that they play
complement each other.
But the Achilles heel, and has been for so long now for the Roosters, and is what they changed on the weekend, their completion rates. Their ability to control the football and build pressure on the opposition, they are diabolical at. They really are, and they know that. I mean, you listen to Robbo's either pre-game or post-game, it's all about, we need to hold the footy, we need to control the footy. If they do that, they'll make the 8. But their inability to do that over a long time now, it's still a query whether they can.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. Because it's not like they play a crazy style.
I don't want them. They do. They play an expansive style. They play It's a different style to the high completion rate style, but the attention to detail is what's letting them down by dropping the ball. I do not want them to change their style. They're just got to be better.
I don't think it's attention to detail, because if you've identified this problem for years,
this is an ongoing
sometimes thing. It becomes almost a confidence and, again, psychological thing where you're trying too hard to control the footy, and you're not. Like, they know what their issue is and they can't fix it. They did on the weekend. This is the thing: if they fix it and they get confidence from the Dolphins game, and because they're not going to beat the Dogs dropping the footy, the Dogs are too disciplined, their defence is too good, they're resilient. And they are a seasoned, hardened team now, the Dogs. Like, they have confidence through the roof.
Yep.
It's not a team. They cannot beat this team not playing at their best.
Yes, but I don't think they need to change their style too much either. Because I feel like they do promote the ball a lot more than other teams. So I think to beat the Dogs, to beat a structured team, they need to chance their arm. They need to take risks.
That's kind of contradicting things here. So
how?
Well, I mean, they haven't got better at it. The Achilles heel is errors and dropping the ball in.
That's attitude and attention to detail, right?
Yeah, I know that, but they haven't been able to fix it for a long time. So maybe they do need to. Maybe coming out of their own end, they need to put.
You know that sticky spray? You get plenty of that on your hands.
I don't know, mate. Like, I just think that maybe they do need to pull it back a little bit early in the game, because that's. They've got to be in the game early.
Get in the arm wrestle
early.
So
I know what you're saying. You don't want to take anyone's game the way that they play and, why they're so effective when they're at their best. But I just think the first 20 minutes is like, we do not drop the ball. We get through our sets and we build pressure on them.
They showed that last time. They put a 20-point lead on them last time, didn't they? And then the Dogs ran them down. But no one need to ask. They dropped about 4 balls or something. Is that the last time?
They bombed for like 5
They should have beat the Dogs the last time.
They should have beat the Dogs before tries last time they played. That's right. If they didn't bomb it.
So you're right. So there was the completion rate.
But you would say that the Roosters have improved 16 lengths since they played the Dogs last.
Yeah, they have. But they're also a little bit inconsistent still. So you don't know what you're going to get. This is the thing. Like, the Dogs, you know what you're going to get. The Roosters, you're not quite. That's why we're all like, how do they fix it? Or we got different opinions here, because it's hard to know what's going to turn up.
You said at the start of the year, I remember I spoke to Jake Friend about it, and he said the exact same thing. He goes, you got such a young, super talented side. They're going to come out and shock sides, and then you'll come out and be shocked with what they produce.
They're confident. Young players are confident. And you like that. Where would you say Teddy is at in his career right now? Have you seen him play?
He's a machine, mate.
No, the last 2 years. Have you seen him play better in his career consistently?
I
And
got
do you
him.
think playing not
He's
playing
played some great
Origin?
footy, but he's up there, Ren. He's up there.
He is.
Do you pick him in the Australian team?
Yes, absolutely. I can't leave him out. No way.
You're picking him ahead of Edwards, aren't you?
I would. Yep.
Like right now, you
Yeah,
are.
But
absolutely.
if you had to pick a player in your team, do you pick Edwards or Teddy?
Teddy. I'd run
Teddy.
over there and
yeah,
hold his hand and skip to the
mate, he's carrying when the team's struggling. He's carrying the team, and that's what every good captain does.
And as you said, before Walker come back, there was games where Teddy was playing fullback, 5'8",
He
halfback.
was doing everything.
He was everywhere. Okay, let's kind of talk about the Dogs before we move on from this.
Yeah.
But the Dogs, what a bounce back that was in the rain. You know, and we spoke about it actually in last week. So it was on Spotify. I'm not sure if everyone, you know, listened to it or not. But our big thing was, you know, that they've got to get that right before the finals. What I loved about the approach to that game was that the players, and Cameron Munster said it in his press conference, this stood out to me. We want it to rain this weekend.
Yes.
Because we want to take this game head on and we want to prove everyone wrong. That's an attitude. That's so good. It's like, you know, we want it to rain. You know, and you can see that they were thriving in those conditions because they wanted to prove a point.
Yep, absolutely. And that is where they were dropping the ball was they were fighting to play the ball. So that was attention to detail. There were small things. The attitude was right, but the attention to detail was off. They got it right last week.
Yeah.
And you're right. The way that Ciro said, look, we want it to rain this week, and they showed their class against the Warriors.
Steven Crichton, we said a couple of weeks ago, was not out of form, but just not at his level. And he's been brilliant. He was so good. Like Critters
the last couple of weeks, even against the Tigers, you know, he came up with some big plays. He probably tried a little bit too hard when they were chasing points, but mate.
But the big talking point running out of that was that they put Bali in the starting team late, and then Marnie on the bench. What was your thoughts on that?
A little bit shocked, but I think they're looking for a bit more creativity. They're looking for points, Braith.
Yeah.
And that's not anything against Reid, I think. But when you've got someone like Bailey that can play 9 and play 7 and play 6, he's got a bit more of an attacking mindset when it comes to coming out of 9. So I think I wasn't completely shocked. Tough on Reid, but they're looking for points and they know it.
Yeah, just to give some background on this. So with my conversations with the Dogs over the last 12 months, this wasn't a surprise to me because they'd spoken about this for a long time. So it's caught a lot of people off guard, but it was always going to happen. And, you know, Serrato's just, he knows when to pull the trigger. And he sort of did it when no one expected it. Yep. And for all the reasons you just mentioned. But, you know, Reid is moving on at the end of the year, and they've just re-signed Bailey. They've wanted to make this move for a while now.
Yep.
You know, why not? And then look at how they played with that combination. And, you know, you're not going to change it now. Reid, I said last night on 360, I want him to be in the squad because he's been through it all. And, you know, in teams, Ren, even if you're sort of questioning a player like Reid, for example, whether you play him in the final series or at the back end of the year or what option you go with, sometimes the right decision for the team and camaraderie, but also just because it's the right thing, is to pick a club man who you know is going to go out there and give his all and has put the team first for a long time. So, you know, do you agree? You just got to have him in there?
You got to have him in there. He's been through the trenches with the club and got him being part of getting them to where they are now. He creates steel. You know, like if the game is getting a bit loose around the ruck, you know you can put Reid on it and he'll do his job. Leaving him out of the side, it puts too much pressure on Bailey, and Reid deserves to be in that 17, especially if they go on a run and get into the GF.
Should we give a tip on this game now or wait for the preview? I reckon wait for the preview. Wait for the Unibet preview.
Wait for the
All right,
preview.
now we've got a new segment. It is Reni's Hot Take, brought to you by Fireball. What have you got for us this week?
Mate, I'm just going to give the Dogs... I've got to give the Dogs another wrap here, and it could have had something to do with Connor Tracy being injured, but the evolution of their attack, especially to their right edge and putting Critter out the back, I think it's a genius move because you saw what Karaz did when he threw the intercept. So he's got silky hands and you're getting the ball early to Critter. So just to break it down quickly, they're playing the same shape to the left, but when they're going right from a near post for people is from the long side for the right edge. They're getting the ball out quick, getting it to Critter, and he's creating more headache for defensive for the opposition, right? That first try he set up for Tawali through a face ball, boom, silk hands. And then you go to the second half when Tuala scored the second try. It was great from Galvin to recognise that two of us are Sheks already in two minds from the first try in the first half. He tries to jam on Critter. They put it across the face. They score that try. So the evolution of their attack is my hot take.
Nice take. Keep an eye on the hot take there from Reni for Fireball because, Steven Crichton, it's smart. Like he attracts 2 or 3 defenders. He's got great footwork. He's got speed and he's big and strong.
What about off the scrum?
Just an extra threat, mate.
Off the scrum.
An extra threat. Yeah.
That try off the scrum he scored.
Yeah. He's one-on-one. He's hard to handle. So
he was 1 on 3. He just bumped everyone off.
All right, let's get to player movement. And there's a lot of this at the moment. Not a lot of it. Potential player movement. We'll talk about DCE. Big Tino is being thrown around. Of course, Cameron Munster. Where do you want to start with this, Ren?
You want to start with Tino?
Start with Tino. So Tino signed I think it was a 10-year deal, was it? $1 million a year. It was a long deal, $1 million a year for the Gold Coast Titans. He's got clauses in his contract where he can really pretty much negotiate, I think, every year. I know, every year.
Great deal.
Every year.
It's not his fault.
Tino seems
No. It's bad on
No, I know where we're going.
Yeah, every year Tino seems to be exploring the open market because he can, even though he's on this long-term deal. I don't know the intricate details to it, but it does seem that way. I know that the Titans are not happy with every year him doing this, but in saying that, they're probably there's accountability there from there, and that they're not holding their end of the bargain up. And Tino will be in demand, and we're hearing he's in demand by a lot of clubs. He's a premier front rower.
Who wouldn't want to take him?
And I'm assuming he probably wants to win grand finals, right? So,
So first of all, Titans, don't put that in his contract. Don't give him the option to explore.
Remember the Bulldogs were after him and Laundies were offering him a pub and all that sort of thing. So this is the thing, right? You can say don't put clauses in, and I don't think many clubs will moving forward.
Yeah.
But even like the Moses and all these guys who had clauses was because at the time it's the only way, Luai to the Tigers.
To lure him
it's
to
the only way they can get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else they're going to go, nah, because I want the option to leave if I can. Yeah. So,
you think about how long your career is, right? And if you're doing everything you can for that club, and it's been, how long has he been there now? 3-4 years? Yeah, and they just seem to be going backwards, if anything. So I can't blame him for exploring his options. You want to win premierships. You don't want to go and retire when you're 31, 32, 33 and just try to carry some club for your whole career.
Okay, so we kind of know why he'd be looking elsewhere. I think it's pretty obvious, but let's look at the options he's got. Now, the rumour mill's gone mad as it always does, and no one knows that better than me, but he's been linked to Perth, which is, I would say that's genuine. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Linked to the Bulldogs, I can't understand that, but we can go into that. And the big one is that obviously Buzz broke, which means Flano's fed it to him, that the Dragons have offered the biggest deal ever for a forward at their club.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Dragons. Would he go there, and should he go there?
I don't think it's a bad option. If it's a ludicrous deal, you want to make as much money as you can. I think it's a club. I like Flano. He's won a competition. They need front row. I don't think it's a bad option. It's location for Tino. His family's from up in Queensland.
Yeah.
It's what makes sense for him. Does he see the Dragons winning a competition in the next 3 years? You add it. If they can buy a halfback, potentially. He definitely gives them a step in the right direction.
If they spend 1.5 on Tino a year,
okay.
What halfback are they going to go get?
Lewis Dodd.
Let's not go there.
I couldn't help it.
Wayne wasn't too happy with you, was he? I saw Wayne.
I'm going to actually muzzle myself from responding to Wayne and Blake solely because I don't want to embarrass Blake. Wayne, I respect and I know where he's coming from and I know the situation well, but I'm not going to embarrass Blake by having my opinion on that situation. The fact that he went to England to buy him himself.
Yeah, so let's leave it there. But what do you think the Dragons are offering roughly?
I reckon the Dragons would go to 1.4, 1.3, 1.4.
And what would he be on now? About $1 million?
He's on $1 million a year.
And then other clubs, let's say Melbourne, if they offered him a contract, well, what could they offer him potentially?
He didn't mention Melbourne. Melbourne are my conspiracy theory.
Well, what would you might have? I don't know if you've got inside information, but what do you think? No. In terms of what's in their cap. Like, what could they offer him?
Melbourne want to get rid of Nelson.
Okay.
They get rid of Nelson. They make a few little moves, like, what plays out with Cameron, what plays out with Jonah, what plays out with, they got to re-sign Harry on big. He's the I'm guessing that'll be announced before the final series. Harry, that's my prediction right now. It'll be signed, sealed, delivered by finals.
My next question, if you're getting offered 1.5 by the Dragons, or let's just say hypothetically,
I don't think he's going to get 1.5 at Dragons.
Let's throw some numbers out there. If you got offered 1.5 from the Dragons or 1.1 from Dogs Melbourne, would you take that $400,000 pay cut?
Well, I mean, Cameron did a similar thing to not go to the Dolphins, right?
Okay.
Because he wanted to win a comp and he's in a position now. He nearly won last year. They were in the final against Penrith. So that depends on the age that Tino's at, which I'm hearing is only 26.
He's young.
So this next contract, I think, would not as much be about money.
Okay.
Yes, he can get, if he can get the 1 million plus at Melbourne or the Dogs I just can't see with
because they've still got to re-sign Preston.
No, but they've signed, what's his name?
Leo Thompson.
Like, where are they getting the money from?
I don't know. They'd have to offload 48 utilities that they've got, but
they haven't re-signed a lot of players there, like key ones. Preston, who else is another one?
Well, this is the thing. Just say they offer him 900. Okay, if they find 800, 900 to win a premiership, I don't think many people realise that a lot of players would sacrifice a bit of money because after taxes anyway.
Everyone does it, mate.
That's right. To win a premiership, you're going to sacrifice.
People don't understand.
And if you're 20, well, they don't. That's why I'm explaining it now. I'd give up that $400,000 to win premierships because I know I'll get it at the back end.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
And you're still getting $1 million.
So it might not be money for Tino.
Yeah.
It might be more premierships.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to have my opinion. I think he won't go to the Dragons.
Okay.
Because, like you said, they can win a common. If they get a good half. I don't think they can win a common 3 years. So if he can go to Perth for more money than he's going to get at the Dragons, and they're not going to win a comp, but inaugural team, it'd be a pretty crazy experience to be a part of that. It's rebuild. It's a build, not even a rebuild. But
what teams are looking? Let's just forget about the cap for right now, just for a sec. What teams are leading? Are missing a good leader?
What about Para?
What team could use a Tino as a good leader?
Could Para not? They've got an aging front row.
Dollar and cents.
I'm talking about a good leader.
It'd be great at Pat. That's all they need.
Brisbane need a good leader.
But like Pat, you got to think. You look at Rolsey. They've got a star half. They've got some great young guns, and they've got an aging pack. He would be a perfect fit there.
I'm looking at his leadership value as well.
Yeah,
because there are a lot of teams in this competition that lack a good leadership squad. Tigers. These are the clubs I'm just throwing out there.
Yeah.
So not only does he bring value on the field,
I think the Dragons would be. It's a clear. Like, I understand why they're going for him hard because he would really take their team to another level. I'm not sure it'd be premiership worthy, but it'd be definitely. They'd cruise into the 8 and be challenging top 4, but I think they need a bit more to go their way and a few more changes to be premiership worthy. But it's an interesting one. My prediction is Storm might come in backdoor late if they can get rid of Nelson, because Nelson's getting paid overs there, and then just move a few little things around. You just never know. I reckon, because I think they rue when they let him go.
So you're confident that he'll leave the Titans?
That's another thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
We could be speculating.
Well, I predicted early in the season, maybe the back end of last season, that there's going to be some players that don't want to play under Des, and I respectfully, we don't need to go down the track of it, but I saw this coming.
Well, I've got a little bit of
inside information.
If Tino goes, they'll try and get Payne Haas.
Okay.
Titans. Payne Haas's brother plays there. His family, the situation around his family.
Yep.
They're only in Brizzy, Gold Coast. Big money. They got money to spend. Again, why would you move to Brisbane or the Gold Coast?
What about the Dolphins? Could the Dolphins?
Of course.
The Dolphins are genuinely a team that could be there.
I wouldn't be surprised if your bloody team throw him an offer.
No, we offered him 700. He's deeply considering.
That's right.
I got Nick.
All right, let's move on from that because we can go all day on that, and we just. But I think
whoever gets him, fuck.
Yeah, he's
a gun.
He's dead set into being like
gun.
he's hot property. DCE, we don't want to spend a hell of a lot of time on DCE, but I think everyone's spoken about it, like the DCE situation, and everyone knows he's going to the Roosters. But as every game goes by, and I've on this podcast, N360 said that I liked the buy when everyone didn't like it. I thought, 1 year experience, help Sam Walker. They've got a lot of youth there. They do need an old head on out there, in big games and even talking about controlling the footy and big moments and all that. But boy, he's not playing well, and he's only getting older. And seeing Savala and Sam play, but I want to see. This is the thing. I've seen Savala, Savala and Sam. I want to see play a period of time well together. One game against the Dolphins ain't going to cut it, right? So, but what do you got? What do you think?
Okay, so you want them to continue to develop their relationship, their chemistry as halves, right?
Yeah.
I don't want DCE to come in and interrupt that development for the club. That's the way I see it. Everyone knows he's going to the Roosters except for the NRL because nothing's been lodged. I've got a feeling he's considering retirement.
All right.
I don't know. I don't see how you could drag it out this long unless you're seriously saying to Nick, let me get to the end of the year, mate. Let me just guarantee the offer's still there, but I might not.
I'll ask you two questions. If you usually need 3 halves to win a comp, you'd agree, or you need 2 to not get injured. Yeah. So they do need the third half. You need a backup. So they definitely need that.
But
there's a different. Well, I know they do have Robbie Sandon, yeah, but I think Sandon's on the off.
Yeah, but he's only on the off because of DCE. So
Potentially. But what about? So it depends of what price you get DCE. So if you got DCE for 600.
They're not getting him at 600.
You reckon? What do you think they're getting him for?
Wasn't it $1 million or not?
I reckon it's not $1 million.
Well, if it's 600,000, that's different.
400s.
That's different. That's different.
No, you got a halves coaching gig for a few years.
Now that's different. If they get him at the right price, it's different.
Look, there's no doubt
then you don't even need to pick him if you get him at the right price. Like if Savala's outplaying him, you don't even.
You don't exactly. So there is there
a 14.
There is a potential that could be where it's at.
Yeah. Buzz brought up something interesting out of nowhere. Buzz is mates with Nick, and they talk a lot. And out of nowhere, he goes, "Well, Braith, they haven't registered his contract with the NRL, so maybe he could just. They have to pay him the Roosters though, but maybe he can just go on as a coach."
Well, that's what the second and third
he's
is
talking like straight up.
Straight up.
What would you buy a DC as a coach? Like he hasn't even been a Rooster. He's not a Rooster. And, they only brought him to play then coach, right? It's part of the package deal.
Yeah.
Then you're going to go, okay. So if he retires, which is on the back of you, and if you're kind of putting this together, if he does retire, he's still going to get paid. He's just the coach, not playing. And they got their salary cap still free.
Yeah, but I think the coaching staff have a salary cap as well.
Well, you think or you know?
No, I'm pretty confident they do. Can you check
Look at that one sec.
I'll bet you the...
No, I do have a feeling.
No, I'm not shitting on you. But I'm just saying, I don't think the integrity unit's going to be looking into that too much.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Well, what's paying an extra coach, assistant coach, going to?
Well, they've got to police everything, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But
I mean,
I don't think
look,
anyone's...
you can't know in the NRL.
No, in the NRL and AFL. No.
Great observation, Reni. Can't get that 10 seconds back. Anyway, let's move forward.
We're lucky we've got fucking Jamie over here.
Yes, okay. What are we doing? We keeping him or not? If you're a Rooster, are you going ahead with the deal or are you canning it? Yes or no?
No.
I think you wait until the next 4 weeks.
Yes or no?
I don't think you need a yes or no.
Well, they have the luxury of the next 4 weeks.
You have the luxury of the next 4 weeks. Why don't you watch what happens? As you said, like Sam Walker could go down with an ACL again because there's a high likelihood of that happening.
Dr. Nick over here.
All right,
a leg for an arm.
quick touch on Munster.
Money Munster, what's the deal?
How big's the purse deal? Are they new shoes?
I'll get a better pair next year. No, that's stupid. I'll get 2 pairs.
What's doing? Give us the rundown. I haven't been across this completely.
We haven't spoken about it. So right now, Cameron's signed till 27, end of 27. And Jonah, because of Jerome re-signing, is now off contract. Now, Melbourne are saying they don't want Cameron to go, and Cameron wants to stay in Melbourne. Now, I think it's obvious that Perth are very interested in Cameron.
Why wouldn't they be?
And Craig Bellamy has come out and said he won't step in the way of Cameron if he wants to go to Perth. So now it's like, okay.
That's strange. We want to keep him, but we won't get in his way.
It is a bit strange. I'll let you do the math.
Yeah.
So now the real thing is like, what's going to happen with Jonah? Because what happens with Jonah may dictate what happens to Cameron and vice versa. Okay. So it's a bit of a tricky one for me at the moment, and for the boys, and for Melbourne, because 3 doesn't fit into 2, you know, and they've got their halves. They've got to re-sign Harry. Who knows if they're making a play at Tino or whoever else. Pappenhausen hasn't re-signed, Farlunga, all that. So really right now I've got to sort Jonah out, and then if Perth are interested and they want to talk, I'd have to seek permission from Melbourne. And then if Melbourne are like, yeah, you can talk to them, then I can. If they say no, then there's no point even talking to Perth because they're not going to let him go.
But didn't they already say we're happy to let you have a conversation?
Yeah, they have, but I need to get that in writing. Well, I'm assuming that'll happen over the next few weeks.
Cameron, there's your retirement fund right there. On your way to Perth,
Perth, like, you know, they'd be stupid not to be. I don't even need to sell him. Like, you know, people have been writing bullshit again. The same person, but I don't need to sell Cameron Munster. I don't need to sell anyone. Like, you know, he sells himself. Like well, I'll come to you. If you're Perth, would you want him?
100%. He'd be the first signing.
Why?
He's a draw card. He's a gun. He's a Queensland captain. Australian player. He's a premiership winner. He's in the top 5 best players in our game. And my favourite player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, like if he signs there, he draws other big names in there.
Time.
You know, if they're going for Tino or they're going for
Imagine they got Tino and Munster.
Well, that could be on their hit list. I don't know. But if they did, you know, that's a fair start. You know, so
that attracts some players.
I'll come out of retirement.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll play out. So that's the situation
so
there.
Where's Jonah likely?
The Jonah situation is this. He's either going to stay in Melbourne and honour the contract, or he's going to be off contract. No, sorry, there's 2 options. My head's spinning at the moment. He's either off contract or he'll stay and honour the contract, but I want to loan him out next year.
How old's Jonah?
Loan
21.
How long's he been in Melbourne?
So he's not looking.
Years.
So he's not looking to go anywhere outside of. He doesn't want to leave.
I wouldn't say that, no. Because he doesn't.
So what are the potential?
Because a year ago he was their 10-year halfback. We want you to be here for 10 years.
And
now we're like, okay, they signed Jerome. Because this is what a lot of people don't know. But Jerome, like, you know, and it was reported, sorry, so it's not the people, but Jerome was reported that he was a big chance of leaving Melbourne.
Correct.
You know, family in Brisbane, looking for the big dollars, Perth and all that. And then out of nowhere, Melbourne re-signed Jerome. And that's a good buy because he's a darling. Mate. He's a gun. Like, there's no denying that. But it changed circumstances because we signed Jonah there because they told him he was going to be there 10-year 7. So now it's like, okay, so do you think you'll play 6 with Jerome? Like, where do we stand there? Is him and Jerome going to be a good partner? We thought it was going to be Cameron and Jonah in the halves, who I think would be a good combo. I think Jonah and Jerome would be a good combo. But
Jonah would have to take over a 7 because the other ones are more of a running player.
Yeah, but Jonah can play 6 and 7. Like, he's got the body type. But 7, I think he's a genuine 7. You know?
Correct.
But that's why it's interesting. You know, there's no like, we get along well with Melbourne. I know Trippy and Bunny and that great. I've worked with them now for so long, and the conversations are all positive, and there's no conflict. It's just trying to find the right resolution for everyone. Now, injuries.
Yes, injuries.
What's your take on the injuries at the moment? Hamstrings, the Broncos, Reno, Mam, Cobbo.
this season, I know I've been watching 360 and everyone's like, oh, it might have been triple. Everyone's saying they've still got a great team, blah, blah, blah. It's still a big loss losing your two halves, right? This end of the season, 3 hamstrings in one game. My question is our game too fast? And this is open to the audio, to the viewers, everyone. This is just an open discussion.
Yeah.
Do you think our game's too fast? Do you think player sustainability is going to get harder under the new
Yeah, it is.
rules?
We can see it happening.
Yeah.
We can see it happening. Like, the 6 again, all that, which we've touched on before, but the 6 again, all of it is designed for it to be faster. So it's more entertaining to watch.
Okay.
But now we're seeing the ramifications of it.
Okay. If we scrap the 6 again,
Yeah.
is the game still entertaining?
Yeah. Less confusing too.
Less confusing. So for me as a fan, but a former player, when I see the 6 again, my head goes straight to the defensive line and how they're feeling. And I didn't really care too much of what the ruck infringement was for. And I spoke to a fan at Bali Airport, and his take was, I never know what the penalty's for. So that's...
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got to understand. I guess the fan has to know or has their opinion, where my take is, fuck, you got to defend another set. I feel like, especially in the back end of these seasons, and you're losing big players, you're not going to lose viewers, are you? But it's a concern. It's a concern, all these soft tissue injuries.
It is.
I mean, you look at the 2 teams that have had the most soft tissue injuries. Well, of recent, you've got Payne Huss did a quad or something. You got the 3 boys that did the hamstrings. Then you look at South.
Calves.
Calves. 2 clubs with 2 new coaches and a new approach.
Yeah.
So the workload changes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's a conversation to be had. Like, what can we bring? If they're going to get rid of the 6 again, right? The season's too long. We already know that, but you're not going to have less games because of the TV deals. Could you bring in a tactical timeout or, like 20 every
during
after,
the game or during
through
the season?
through the game?
A tactical
Like,
timeout.
just how do we give our players more rest?
But again,
within a
that
game?
doesn't play into the hands of entertainment.
Well, just say you gave them
Because it all
tactical
comes out
time.
of
So much
fatigue.
stop and it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
then they're playing under fatigue, but then, yeah, I guess.
It's a tricky one. I think what will have to happen, and all the clubs put so much into their sports science now, but even more so, to the nth degree with training, preparation, rehab, prehab, all that. That's got to go up a level. The game's got quicker, faster. Everyone's stronger. Everyone's
They're
weighing.
the ultimate gladiators now. Like,
Yeah.
like you guys, even at your back when you guys were playing, you were very fit, and that. But you look now, like they are just.
They are pure athletes, and we're in a transition period under the new rules. So, but how long is it going to take to get it right? Because you can't keep having the biggest names in the game get injured.
It's $1 million question.
Can I just ask a quick question? Because the other ex-players and journos, those people are going, Brisbane are making excuses because they're lost. They have lost their 2 halves. That is the most ridiculous
Can I
thing.
say, you're right. It pissed me off this week. When I heard those comments, like, a few of the guys I work
I
with,
think Riccio said it.
mate, I couldn't comprehend what he was saying. I love Dave, but I'm like, hang on. You lost Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds, and Cobbo in the same within 5 minutes, and what have they? What do you say? Something like
They've still got a great roster.
What are they crying about?
Can I just tell you the
Like,
ultimate barometer of anything, just so you do know? It's called the betting market. And they are now officially roughies at $26.
Yeah.
You don't go from $7 last week to $26 and then go, it's the dumbest comment I've heard.
But then they even backed it up. Like, I think someone backed it up on 360, and I was like, what the? Like, okay. And with all due respect to Ben Hunt and Billy Walters, right? They've got Ben Hunt and Billy Walters. Ben Hunt, one of the greats, but not the last 12 to 24 months, and not this year. And Billy's been playing 9 very good off the bench and has made huge impact But police, like
Yeah.
you can't compare them to Adam Reynolds and Ezra Mam and say, oh, they're sweet.
Absolutely not.
And they're not going to feel the pinch of two players worth $1 million a year that have just gone out.
100%.
I
couldn't believe it.
Well, I could not believe it. I watched it. I say,
You know what it is? It's sort of annoying me. It's the whole Madge thing, like, and whether you agree with Madge and his training methods or not, let's not let that cloud our judgment or our opinion on situations like this. Like, whether you love Madge or not, or agree with the way he trains and coaches, to say that you're losing 3 absolute superstars that would play in any other team right now, walk straight in and say there's no excuses still, is absolute fucking dribble.
Absolutely.
Dribble. And there's a few people saying it, and dead set need to...
The two conductors of your team go down.
It is one of the worst.
And their season's almost capsized.
It's a shocking take.
Yeah.
It's a shocking take. All right, it's now time for the blow-up of the week.
Well, that was a good
that could have been
wasn't it?
that was a good blow-up.
But, we will mention this, and again, we'll be quick on this because we've got to get through a few things. And But the Mitch Moses blow-up, now, Talon De Silva, I mean, I've done this a million times. So, as a half, I love it. I actually love it. Like, it's like, man, that's what you want your half. They're the chief, man. They're making the decisions. You fuck up, you got a responsibility.
100%.
You know it too, right?
Yeah. You want to get sprayed. You got to take accountability for your actions.
Yeah.
Especially in the back end of a game. Mate, you get your ball to your half on the fucking chest. That's your job. You're a hooker.
Yeah.
And he was blowing up about his eyebrows too. I think he gave him about a spray.
Maybe that was the blow up.
Yeah. And look, your eyebrows are too perfect.
Moses missed his appointment because De Silva took too long getting them waxed. He might have got his ring waxed as well while he was there.
He got his arsehole bleached.
All right, now it's time for the fuck up of the week. This is what our opinion is of this week's F up. The 4 sin bins, boys. Are we all on the same page that this was a stuff up?
Oh, isn't it what? It's embarrassing.
Look, no. There's one person that started it.
Yeah.
Right? If someone shapes up, you got to protect yourself at all times. Just like they say in boxing. Well, what's that kid meant to do? What's his name? Orblix? And Spencer, look, I love Spence. I love the way he plays the game. He brings character. He brings excitement. I love it. But he should have been the only one sin bin.
And just watching this, so I was at that game live. The atmosphere for that. No, but like it was the atmosphere was no sheds.
Cock watcher. The watchman. The night watchman.
Did you sneak into the showers, Aaron?
He sat on Sam's thumb.
Sam's in doubt this week.
Go on.
No, but the atmosphere of the start of that game, it's electric.
Wasn't it good?
It was, and like in Suncorp, what a
20
stadium.
minutes for a long time.
And you know what? They use that in the highlight reel now. Yeah. Like that's going to be used in ads and all that sort of thing. Yeah, they blow the penalty. They put 2 in the bin, which was ridiculous.
That was a good point that Gus brought up. He said, you want to
champion it.
You want to champion it. You want to advertise it. You want to highlight it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as something happens, you send 4 blokes off. He was spot on there.
Devil's advocate here. Referee needs to get control of the game too. Yeah. If he sends a player off from each side, then everyone sort of pulls back a bit, right? No?
No, you're right.
Yeah, so that's what they're paid to do is get control of the game.
But I would argue that if he just sent Spencer off, that would have pretty much ended it because he was the one.
Right.
Like the play before, he ran in from fucking no, from like
it was getting ugly though.
It was, and it was. You're right, and I get your point. You're not wrong again. Like I'm just I'm playing devil's advocate to you, but Spencer ran in from nowhere.
He did too.
And then when they scored, they were 10-0 up with a kick to come, and he
put his boots up.
Everyone's celebrating the try, and he ran around and purposely went and
got in the Philly shell and said, "Let's go."
Yeah, he did.
Come on, man! Like he was lighting. He was putting petrol on it.
Can I ask a question? Other than everyone having some argy-bargy again, no one got hurt. What's the other than the crowd getting more ingrained in it?
That's what Reni said. It's controlling the game.
Control the game.
Because someone could get hurt if they keep going.
But you know when someone got hurt, they said 2 people in the bin. I saw one of the best collisions I've seen in football in a long time, and poor Su Wong just woke up.
Yeah, he got a good shot on that Donahue.
It's the wrong time to run.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
He had the Wong carry. That's Spencer's fault as well because he had to take the kick off. He had to go to front row. I've been
That
going,
was Spencer's
Spence,
position.
you cost me a bloody HIA.
Mate,
But
he
this
got
is the
knocked
thing,
in
like,
the next
we
week.
can't have it all. You want him
Donahue.
to be...
Donahue. I
Yeah,
love
he's
him.
a weapon, eh? Remember he's got his nose splattered the other week?
he's
He
a
went
machine.
chink,
Love
straight
him.
back out there. So you want him to be gladiators, and then you want him to wear a suit during the week, and then you want, but our kids watch this game. Like, what do you want?
All of us agree that we would have been happy if just Spencer got the 10.
Correct.
Overall, yep. All right.
Yep,
Now,
yep.
let's move on to our last little segment. It is the play of the week. Now, we nearly went for Ethan Strange because he was phenomenal for the Raiders and everyone talking up an Australian jersey because it's called the play of the week. It is my man, Latrell Mitchell. With the try save. With the try save.
Unbelievable.
On Campbell.
Yeah.
That was a big play.
Latrell doesn't play, they don't win. He was heavy.
course.
No, but I mean, like, you look at the complete roster and you're
Yeah.
like, Latrell carried that whole squad.
Yeah.
Not the whole team. That's disrespectful to the rest of the team. But
He's a huge...
This is the
I
thing.
tipped him because Latrell was playing. That's
all
how
right.
much I thought he'd make a difference.
this is the thing. Like, I love Trell. We all love Trell. But for him to not give up on the play and chase down another Indigenous round to knock that ball out, that was a play, you know. I thought, fuck, what just happened then? Latrell. Because I've seen plenty of times where he just stand there and just go.
There's been a lot. Yeah,
Of course.
Let's not go there. But that was brilliant.
That was a great play. So that was the play of
In
the
the
week.
games that he's played this year, he's been very good.
Yeah, of course he
And
has.
since
He's
he's
been there
just
only.
returned.
He's been there.
Yeah.
You know,
They're shining light in a dark season.
Jaden Campbell though. Do you reckon he learned his lesson there? If you were a
Hey.
Titans player, if you were Des,
Mate, he'd only just got pretty much. He tried to go around the sticks a bit, didn't he?
no, he could have. He could have dived. It was poor awareness by him.
Mate, Latrell.
Des wouldn't have
Latrell's a
won.
freak.
Yeah, but that should never happen.
Well, did you? Someone
Like it
else?
was a freakish effort.
did you see one of Strange's tries when he
Stranger?
when Ethan Strange when I think the last one when DCE nearly kicked it
he
out of
nearly-
his
he
hand.
nearly got
Like,
it. He
mate,
nearly
put
got
the
it.
ball down.
Got to be
Do
careful.
you reckon Des blew up at all or not?
I mean, he'd be blowing up all the way back to where he comes from.
Desi.
He won't have a job for much longer, poor Desi.
Poor guy's going to have an aneurysm.
All right, let's get into the Unibet preview for this week. Very important one. Heading into the final, some critical games. We've already gone through the Bulldogs and the Roosters. Let's start with the first game, which is the Panthers taking on the Storm. This is a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Panthers, they are 9 wins in a row, coming off a very good win and at home to a Melbourne Storm side with no Jerome Hughes.
Are they at home?
Yeah, well, whatever.
Are
But
they at home?
Technically, yes.
Can I read out the prices of this?
Go for it.
Sorry.
Oh, I was supposed to throw it here, wasn't
Yeah,
I?
you were.
I
You
forgot
just-
about our specialist.
He's just taken over. Look at
Go
this.
on, mate. Go on. Let's go.
Yeah, hey, like,
Penrith Panthers $1.50. Melbourne Storm $2.60. We've got 4.5 start. I know you're a bit of a start man.
that was beautiful, mate.
You're welcome. I've been
I
practicing
knew
all
you were
week.
sitting there for some reason.
I'm going to go. How many? I want to know who Penrith have played in the last 9 weeks. Their last 9 wins. How many teams were there in the top 4? They did beat the Dogs.
So we're going to go back.
There wasn't
The
many.
They beat the
Titans-
Newcastle
Titans
Knights.
should have beaten them. the week
Titans
before.
should have
So
beat them.
they've thrashed the Knights, who have been playing better.
They've got a
but
tough run home.
Are we going? We're not going 9 weeks.
No. Don't worry about
We'll
it.
be
now.
here for 3 days.
So anyway, I don't think they've played too many top 4 teams. In those 9 wins, there's certainly some games they should have lost. I think they've got a tough run home. How long can you stay up for? I'm tipping Melbourne. I'm going
mate.
Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, mate,
Yeah.
back yourself, as we say
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
BTFU. I want to go Melbourne because I've got Jonah and Cameron playing in the team. But with no Jerome and no Pappenhausen now,
Yeah.
and the reshuffle, and Penrith playing as well as they are, I have to go with my head, and I have to tip Penrith.
Yeah.
But I do think it'll be a close one. But it's going to take Melbourne's best
do you wanna
performance
go,
in a very long time.
Still no Sofa Salamona.
And it's probably due for him to stand up.
he's at 22.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Penrith.
Yeah,
in
I'm
a
not
close
confident, but I'm going to go Melbourne.
Is there any chance that Jonah could get a bit more game time or started?
one. Yes. Yes. I may have some information that I can't share on this podcast right now.
I had just had a little inkling
Well,
suspicion.
that's all
Jonah
I'll say.
Pezet, first try scorer.
Like you in the grand final.
The Wars get to go back home $1.52 against St George Illawarra $2.54.
This is a very
It's a
tough,
tough
one.
one,
This is
man.
a very tough one. I mean, the Dragons, they're
You said it.
the
Say it.
Slayers.
Say what you told me.
What?
How they bring everyone
Okay,
down.
I'll say it, right?
Say it.
The Dragons, and I spoke to a few players when they've come into Super Saturday, and I said, how do you explain the Dragons? And they said they drag you down to their level.
And that is a known thing in the game.
And I watched...
Not with Dragons, but in general.
And that's no disrespect to them, because
No.
they've been in every game, and with the squad they've got, they've been overachieving, probably, especially the last couple of weeks. And I love that about them, and their fans are loving it, and so they should. The game against the Raiders, that was the worst game the Raiders have played all year, by a long way, right? But they stay in the game. They stay within touch. They get ahead. They defend they defend hard, even though they've got errors in them. They don't have many. They control the footy pretty good, and then the defence they do have holes in, but they kind of get back into games.
Yep.
But and then last week the Sharks. We'll get to them soon. They were diabolical.
Yeah.
So not to piss on their parade, the Dragons, but it actually leads me to this game. They can definitely beat the Warriors over there the way they're going and the way they stay in games, and with the injuries to the Warriors and the Warriors going backwards, it's a big game for them, though.
Yeah.
Is that a Shane Flanagan thing? Because remember when Cronulla won the comp, they were like that. They just
they
get into
it's not bringing you down,
wrestle. They bring you into a wrestle and turn it into a continuous wrestle.
It's kind of a certain style, isn't it? But
they're promoting the ball well to their centres too. I like that. They're not getting
You did
deep.
mention this,
They're not,
didn't you?
they're not getting as deep into the line. So Sully's got an earlier ball. He's tipping on to Sloan.
Yep.
It's a very tricky one
No
for
Sully
me.
this
I think
week,
I'll
though.
only go Warriors because they're at home.
yeah, and I think I'm going to go the Warriors too, because it is at home. But I reckon that this week's very important for them because their coach because they're on the slide and they don't want to get to a point where they're actually
And they can win their next 4 games,
They're
can't they?
Roosters puckering because they're on the edge of the 8. You know what I mean? That's the potential of a bad week could have on them. They could lose a few in a row. So I think he'll identify this with a home crowd behind them. They put Tennerboy back.
Put Tennerboy back.
Well, they just lacked opportunity.
Yeah.
Their kicking game was the big one there. They missed him in. I think they'll win in a close one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Warriors.
All right. Next game. Did you go out and hand out the Braith and Astor Cup?
What game? We've already covered this, mate.
No, but you haven't given
picked.
your tip.
We haven't tipped it.
And shit, here we go.
This is a tough one, man.
And I'm assuming you won't be out there. Could you? I reckon. How does the crowd react with you?
Can you bring up the team list, please?
I can bring up team list for you, my friend.
Walker. Bucky scares me, man.
You know what? I'm just tipping this. I'm not saying who I'm going for, but I'm going to tip the Bulldogs. Their defence is so good. Their attack is evolving. They are proven. They are seasoned. They're confident. The Roosters have plenty of confidence, plenty of firepower, but will they shoot themselves in the foot again? Will they be able to control possession? Will they be able to ice this game? Will they be able to ice big moments? I want to see evidence of that. I'm hoping the Roosters do win as well because I want them to make the finals. I really do.
I don't.
But if you're saying tip right now, who I think with my head, I'm going Dogs.
Dry track. It's a dry track. I'm going Dogs.
It was wet last week. Anyway.
Roosters in a dry track. They're good in the wet too, aren't they?
They're good in
Did you
both.
just backflip or?
They're versatile.
No, I'm going the Dogs.
Okay, sweet.
No backflip.
All right,
mate.
next.
I can't do a
You're
backflip.
both going Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cronulla Sharks at home.
Can I
$1.30.
just say, Cronulla? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. And then $3.11.
Just take it easy. mate.
$3.10. The Gold Coast Titans.
No, I've been waiting for the Sharks. Been waiting to line them up.
Go on.
They have gone under the radar for that
All right.
performance on the weekend, which was embarrassing. It was an embarrassing performance. It was one where they had a chance to finish top 4 this year. They're playing against their arch enemies and rivals in the Dragons, and they turned up, and the deer in the headlight look on every one of their players, their inability to control any footy, their lack of attack, it was shocking, and this is why it's even worse for me with the Sharks. They've been so inconsistent this year. They had no players in Origin. They've got no one
Injured? Have they got
They've
any
got no
injuries?
injuries. Yes, they've got
At all.
injuries, but they have had
Not in key positions.
They
anyway.
have used the least amount of
he's a bit of a
players.
loss.
They've used the least amount of players out of any team in the competition for a number of years now. They very rarely get injuries, and they don't have many players playing rep footy. So they have the squad they want every week, and they've got the continuity and everything, and they still just
Was this
deliver.
not evident when they had 452 tackles inside the red zone against South?
Yeah, that's
yeah, God.
okay.
Like
How bad was that?
if I was out there playing and couldn't produce at least one try there, I'd be upset.
So, who's under pressure? Fitzy?
I love Fitzy.
We all had a go at Nico.
We have to be real here, right?
Let's keep it real.
Fitzy's a
I
mate
love
of mine,
Fitzy.
right?
Fitzy, I
But if
love
that's
Fitzy.
another team right now, and regardless of whether he's a friend of mine or not,
You got to ask questions.
the questions are going to have to start to be asked there, and that's just what happens when you're a first grade coach or player or whatever, right? So
do you think it's us? You reckon he's more under?
well, he picks the squad, right? He's chosen to go with the players he's got there, Nico, and they just re-signed Trindle and all that. They've shown loyalty. He's shown loyalty into guys. Has he shown loyalty into the right guys? You know,
I know a player that they should be signing for next season, even if he's on loan. And that little number 7 called Jonah Pezet.
yeah, but they've paid. They've what? Nico's on massive deal, and they've just signed Trindle on nearly $1 million a year.
Was it that much?
Hey, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I don't know what their identity is.
What is it?
I don't know.
Their identity is not to produce points in the red zone.
Like,
I just don't know what I'm looking at with that side.
It's such an like watching that team, and I'm going to tip them this week, mind you. Watching that team was so empty. Like it was like, wow, this is not a team playing for. They're not a top 4 team anyway, so that was they didn't deserve to win.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah,
They've got the roster.
yeah, they do, and they've shown it at times in games, but not. It's attitude for me. It really is. And Blake Brady's playing out of his ass.
Yeah.
Like he can hold his head high.
Actually,
He's been great all year.
he's probably been close to the number 1 hooker.
Yeah,
Like,
behind Green.
but
It's Green
behind
and it's
Green.
him. Yeah.
Keep going up. Who's on the bench there? Sorry. Is Nicola, is he injured? Anyway.
Yeah, Nicker is injured, and so is Jesse Ramian, and they're probably
You know what? I might change my tip.
I'm tipping the Titans here.
I might change my tip.
I'm tipping the Titans to win.
Because I played 8 games for the Sharks, I'll stick with them.
Such great memories, eh?
Got you, Tommy Gunn.
You know what? I'm gonna change because I was going to go Sharks 13 plus into Mulatalo. So are we not doing that now? Have I jumped the gun again? Anyway, we'll just go the tip. I'll go the Sharks in a close one. Oh no, I'll just get the Sharks in a close one.
Yeah. Sharkies.
Sharkies, all right, excellent. We've got the Battle of Queensland. Brisbane Broncos $1.70, not missing many key players. Against the Dolphins, $2.15, and I'll get your team list up.
This is one of the hardest games.
So we've got Adam Reynolds out, Ezra and Selwyn Cobbo out.
I've got a Dolphins bounce back. Yep.
Yeah.
No Herbie hurts them though.
That kid they brought in is not a bad player, eh? But I've got to bounce back.
As far as no.
Oh, Kurt Donahue, what is
Hang on, look at that forward pack you're playing against. Jesus
I'm going
Christ.
Brisbane.
Look at that Brisbane
I'm
side.
going Brisbane.
Look at it.
I think Herbie's kind of, even though he's got X factor, he's experienced and he's like I think he like gives him confidence.
And he's solid indeed.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
good
so
defender
like
too.
good defender makes a huge difference.
And that was a big loss against the Roosters. That was pretty shattering, and and I actually Brisbane put up a good fight against Melbourne in that.
They
loss.
did.
I'm going Brisbane for sure.
Yeah.
I actually think they'll win. Yeah.
I will backflip now, Braith, and I'll go Bronx.
Yeah.
All right. We have the South Sydney Rabbitohs $2.26 at home against Parramatta Eels $1.64 in your team list.
This is tough.
This is another Indigenous round game, isn't it? Because they had the
Cody
bye.
Walker returns potentially.
Ooh.
He's not named, but he's down here, I believe.
Yeah, Para's still going good.
I like Para. I
Para's still
really
going
love
good.
what roles he's doing.
Brandon Smith back. They got Latrell back, and if you bring
Played
in
decent
Cody,
minutes as
bring in
well.
Cody, and but do they kind of after last week, and they think they're home now, they're not going to get the spoon. They might, Humphreys at 7. You know what?
But they're not home. Like we both think Gold Coast are a rough home.
This is tough. I might.
What's he got? Has he got Havili at prop? Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, no, look, I'm going, as a former Parramatta legend, I'm going to have to stick with theirs. I like what Paris doing. I'm going to stick with Paris.
SG ball.
I love Mitchell Moses.
Fullback.
He won it.
Won the comp at fullback.
Well, you did too. You know who brought that up?
Fullback.
Big Noah Sete on the
Yeah, I
weekend.
played with him. No, it was
Do you have a bit of
he
toe
brought
back
it up.
then?
very different back then, but
You're a bit quicker.
2 years younger too, but no big deal. Tackled Luke Burt in the clear.
Yeah,
He was 10 times faster than him. So I'm
Luke
going to stick with my bunnies because of that.
Yeah.
Talking about greats of old clubs, we've got the West Tigers, $2.24,
Oof.
$1.65 Manly.
Where's this game?
I'm going.
This game is at Allianz. It's played at Allianz.
This is honestly tough too, boys.
I'm going the Tigs.
You going the Tigs?
I'm going the Tigs.
I've got no confidence in Manly.
I got none. Zero.
Just Tom at fullback just makes me lean towards him. That's all. Because if Tom heats up and DCE has a go,
Just go up Fonzie.
Yeah, you want me going?
I've got to give Kohler a rap.
Colours
That kid
Just give him the early ball.
He's
Christ's
a
sake.
How strong is he?
We always knew how much talent he is. Apparently, both his parents are athletes too, like track runners or something.
Well, he was a track runner.
Was he?
Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah.
he's getting better each week just because he's understanding the game more. But
Can you just look at the pack, please?
Yeah.
Matthew Lodge, Jason, and
12.
you know what? I think the Tigers.
He's got Tavanga at 13.
Tigers.
Mate,
What's the prices again?
I've got the Tigs.
You've got the Tigs.
I've got the Tigers.
$2.24. Outsiders.
Who did Tigers play last week? They buy.
I'm going to go Tigers too. Stuff it.
They're the bye.
They did have the buy. Come off the buy.
They're coming off the bye fresh.
They're fresh.
Tigers.
Coach would have got a bit of golf
Next.
in last week. Cracking game to finish off the round up in North Queensland. Cowboys at $1.44.
I cannot
Newcastle
wait for
Knights
this
$2.82.
With all due respect to all Cowboys and Knights fans that watch this, I'm very unmotivated to even look at this, let alone tips on
Couple of Red Bulls before this.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to do a really deep. Reni's coming on Monday to do a massive review of this game.
Oh, God.
I just, I don't know, and I don't really. I'm going
I'll
to
go Cowboys.
Cowboys
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah, I just
Cowboys
saw
at home.
Tamalolo.
They got close last week against Para.
This game's a little bit like the cricket. You just have it
Controversial.
on in the background and puts you to sleep.
Controversial, you think? That last play?
Well, so Todd Payton thought, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, now let's
Now,
announce.
you know,
the
wait,
winners.
hang on.
No.
Unibet. Oh, you want to do actually, and then we'll do
Well, we're
the
supposed to
Unibet
do this
multi.
before preview anyway. Let's go.
Bud.
Okay, now it's time to announce the 3 double passes to the Roosters and Bulldogs game Friday night. I believe it is the match of the round, and the first winner is Kevin Gounder.
Yes, Kevy.
Now, the greatest try of the year by Mark Nwanganitawasa. He's tagged everyone in. The last air bender, we should say legit. I think he was wearing Jordans. What a try against the Dogs this year.
Beautiful.
The next winner is Chucky, CHUCKIEYY. Congratulations, Marco Mealy, when he knocked out Bryce.
Yoga.
Hughes.
That was
We're
our-
both on the field for that. Were you
Nah, you weren't there 06, was you?
I know, I was watching that, wasn't I?
Righto, mate.
That's how good my memory
Mate,
is.
that was outstanding.
I was loving it, but
Look, unfortunate for Bryce, but
I was loving it.
it was good when you're a teammate.
For some reason I thought I was out there. Anyway, okay. And the last winner of the double passes, D_Fowler. My favourite Roosters moment was watching Braithen Astor absolutely eat one from David Farlunga and remain on his feet, then get penalised for it. You're off your head, mate. One of the great lines ever. Also, if we could send some fireball for pre-game lads, that would be fantastic. Regards, team.
Well
There you go.
done.
Congratulations, guys.
Well done.
You are the winners of the 3 double passes.
Enjoy watching the Dogs win and the Roosters not making the 8.
Our Unibet multis. We will kick off with you, Bob.
Yep. Okay, so I was going to go with the Cronulla Sharks 13 plus over the Titans. I've changed when I was doing the review because, I do expect the Sharks to bounce back. Nickera and Reni out. I forgot about that. So, but I still expect them to bounce back. They have to. They can't play as bad as they did. They've got so much more to play for than the Titans. So, although the Titans are trying to avoid a spoon, but I just think they'll be too classy at home. So I'm going to go 1-12 Sharks into Mulatalo to score.
Excellent. You want mine, Azza?
Go.
All right, with zero confidence, I'm going to go Melbourne
That's
Storm.
not how you want to start a
It's
tip.
all right. It's all right. Why not?
Because you want the fans to be confident.
Okay,
in your
I'm so
decision.
confident in this one, right? I am going the Melbourne Storm to win, Xavier Coates to score any time. I think Penrith Panthers are due for a loss.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm actually sticking with the Titans game. I'm going with Titans with the 9.5 start, and I am going with Philip Sammy to score anytime.
Nice. There you have it. That's it for the BTFU 180 podcast in the new studio.
It's looking good.
See you next week.
See you next week.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.